Hey, what's up, family? This for all my people out there that love to go on vacations and travel, such as me and my family do, but specifically for people that love doing cruise ships. So therefore, we're going to title this one Cruise Ship Vacation or Explorer, something like that. But I want to get right to the specifics. Have you noticed when you're at home, you're watching TV, now, all of a sudden, they're running cruise ship commercials like crazy on TV. Every time you turn around, it's another cruise ship vacation package, deal, discount, or whatever. And you know why they're doing that? Because they're losing money. So they're trying to come up with all kind of different ways to get people to do all the traveling that they used to do. But because of this vaccine, that's why people not traveling or can't travel. You know, all these rules and stipulations. But here's what's crazy. I remember a while ago, we was watching the news, and my wife brought to my attention, it was one specific lady. She went on one of the cruises, and whatever agreement and that they gave her, and she paid for everything, they made it mandatory, because her and her kids didn't take the vaccine, they made it mandatory for her and her kids to stay in the room the whole duration of the trip. She said it was the most worst, miserable vacation she ever had. Okay. Now, the only problem I have with that was, I said, how was they able to keep her in her room at all times? They had a freaking guard outside her door? That's ridiculous. That don't make sense. But I know she said she was unable to participate in the activities. They couldn't go get the food like they wanted to, how you always do on a cruise ship, and all that. She said it was miserable. Now, not too long ago, me and my wife, we seen on the news where Norwegian, we traveled Norwegian before, where they said you no longer have to have the vaccine, you don't have to wear the mask. They said all them rules has been lifted, and you don't have to worry about that. Why? Like those commercials I told you, because they need more people to travel, because they ain't getting that abundance of revenue that they normally get. But my thing with that, like I tell people all the times in a lot of my other videos, do your homework before you just believe them when they say you don't have to have a vaccine or the that your ID saying that you had it, or wear the mask. Because once you get there and then you find out, oh, you done spent your money, and good luck on trying to get your money back when you find out you can't do this, you can't go here, you can't be over here with other people, and now you're like, yo, man, they said I had to do it. Do your homework thoroughly before you give any money to any degree, because you don't want to be on that cruise being totally disappointed. Now, other than that, I'm gonna get back on some other stuff that people may or may not have known. If you're going on a cruise ship, if you do, and you get past all that rules and stipulations, you do know your itinerary. And as always, you know I love to give you a word of the day. So the word of the day is going to be that, itinerary. And what does itinerary mean? A travel destination or location. It's like where your procedures of where you're going. You know what I'm saying? So let's go with, here's the actual itinerary for an actual cruise ship. Right? A lot of people think you at sea and you're traveling all over here and you're like, wow, we can't see no land, not north, east, west, or south. Man, we must be traveling far. It seems that way. Let me show you what it really is. Let's say this his United States, right? This is Miami. M-I-A, Miami, right? A lot of times what the cruise ship really does, it'll leave out of Miami and it'll travel. Let's say you're going on a 7-day cruise. It'll travel for 2 days at sea. It'll travel 2 days at sea. You know what they're doing 2 days at sea? They go way out in the sea and they're going in a circle. Just going in a circle. Just going in a circle. That's what they're really doing. And then eventually they made land. X marks the spot. Maybe one of the British islands, all right? One of the British islands. And then they land there after 2 days at sea, just going in a circle. You think you're really traveling somewhere. You're really not. You're really just in there. They go out so far, though, that you can see absolutely no land, nowhere. And then that 3rd day, they may travel to the British Sea. British island, I'm sorry. And then after that, they go right back out to sea. And then they just going in a circle again. That's all I'm telling you. This is all they really doing. They going in a circle again and again and again and again. But they do it at such a smooth pace that you don't feel the sway like that. They just nice and smooth. And when you out on the dock and all that, on the deck rather, you like, man, I can't see no land nowhere. North, east, west, or south. So look, you left Miami, 2 days at sea. Because remember, you're on a 7-day voyage. 2 days at sea. The 3rd day, you stop at a British island. Then you was back at sea again. 4, 5. And then the 6th day, they go over here to, let's say, Bermuda. That's the 6th day. And you're there for a few hours. And then once you leave there, they back at sea again. And they make sure they're in a circle, in a circle, in a circle. They make sure you can't see no land or nothing. And then the 7th, they let you know you're coming back. And you're right back home. That's what really goes on a cruise ship. So when you out on that deck and you thinking, man, they're really traveling. The whole time, you really only went, look, this is where you really went. You went in a what do you call it? A triangle. That's all you really went. You went British, you went from Miami to British Island, Miami to British Island, to the Bermuda, back home. And it's all in the Atlantic Ocean. So 2 days at sea, you left from Miami, you went 2 days at sea, you went to British Island, then you went to Bermuda. I'm sorry, I left one out. Just before you go home, they may stop at the Bahamas. We all love that, the Bahamas. That's the 3 things. So in essence, it's the British Islands. Let's just go right here. British Islands. That was destination 1. Destination 2 was Bermuda. And then destination 3 was over here, Bahamas. So you see what I'm saying? It's, you basically, boom, boom, see? It's just a triangle. And that whole time, you are in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. All you're doing is going in a circle. But the whole time you think you're really traveling. But it's still it's still eventful, it's nice, and you're seeing different stuff. It is still cool, but I'm just letting you know, you're really not going, you're just right there.
That is so crazy how you putting it, you breaking it down. It feels like I'm being robbed. Paying all this money, thousands and thousands of dollars to have a good trip, but all you're doing is going around in circles?
Well, it's like that with most things. You ever ate something that was really good or filled you up and you just thought, okay, I ate something that was good. But the moment somebody told you what it was, now you was disgusted, like, oh, that's what? Oh my gosh, I ain't never eaten that again. It was good until I told you what it was. When you went on your cruises, didn't you enjoy them?
I did, because it was a getaway. It was simply a getaway.
You ate like a pig. You so much things to see the ocean and not see no land was eventful. Stop at the different islands was eventful. Everything was good. There was no complaints, right? But then when I showed you on the actual map, you know we were just going in a circle, right? Then you felt cheated. Like, what? You don't know that?
Yeah, I guess.
So it's not to discourage anyone from going. I'm just giving you the actual factuals here. And as I said, the word of the day, itinerary. You know, it reminds me of that episode on Martin. Y'all remember that episode on Martin where Martin got all dressed up, him and Tommy, he was going to go to the racetrack. And before he was leaving out the door, that's when Gina said, oh, hold on a second, Martin. Before you leave, just to let you know, a letter came in the mail today. She had got a piece of the letter. She said, a letter came in the mail today, and they had, your license has expired. So before you go off having a good time, you might want to put that in your itinerary. And Martin got offended. Remember, he said, what? What's with the big words? I know big words. We just got to be using the big words. When big words only mean, itinerary just really mean your planned route or destination, where you're going, itinerary. But Martin got offended because he didn't know what it means. But hey, once again, that's all it is. You leave Miami, you dock from there, and you go to sea where you can't see nothing, and they just going in a circle, for 2 days. And then by the 3rd day, they land in the British Island. And then from there, they go back out to sea for another 2 days, and then they land at Bermuda. For example, I'm giving you an example. And then from there, they go back at sea, they just drive in a circle, and then they go to the Bahamas. And then from there, back home. But the whole time, you was only right here in the Atlantic Ocean the whole time. You ain't going nowhere. Hey, just to give you something else to think about. Peace.